Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Last time we learned that Titan is about to return once more, and the little koboldling Gabu asked us to save his parents from becoming sacrifices for the extreme trial summoning. I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals, cherished, covets, loves them, and if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come? Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Oh. Several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together we can take them away and hide them. Come. Gabu will lead you to the first cage. Quickly. Do you have them all? Good. Lead on, Gabu. This way. If I didn't know any better, I would say this crate was... Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cage. Did you hear me, brother? Brother! Aye, it's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once bore Guardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kurthas to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Wildwand by another party, most likely a pawn of the Ascians, as Frankrid speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Ascians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Never you mind about that. As Alice said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cage, Gabu? Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. Next one is the last and is very large. Very big, very huge, very large. Huh. Gabu said the catch would be here, but unless it's remarkably well hidden. But they were here, heaps and heaps of crystals. Though you cast about for a time, you see no signs of the crystals. Dang it, we're too late for this one. Confound it. What about you, Serenia? Any luck? Nope. Nothing. But this cannot be. Gabu saw them. Spiked, spotted, saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is, where to and why? Within Ogomora, they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again. It's the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them. And we will, Gabu. We will. Stay calm and we still have time. They had to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, they would have found the other cages empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There's no other way to prevent Titan summoning. But first, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them to Commander Blurden's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. Yeah, probably for the best. Here are the crystal cages. With one hand. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Blurden of the situation. Pray go on ahead, as I recall there's an Aetherite within the Ugamoro mines that should deliver you to the naval. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall rejoin you anon. Strange, I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother. This way, this way. I take it this the Aetherite we seek? Right then. As soon as Ivan arrives we go. I trust you're feeling suitable heroic, Serenia. There's no telling what sort of resistance we're facing there. Quickly, you clots! Briskly, swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any further delays. Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers? Here? But how did you? They are my parents! Where are they? No. Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace? You monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Quacks. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the Overdwellers. No, Alize. Not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair, whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering on your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody cause. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us together to build a lasting peace. Another peace to be abandoned by at the Overdwellers' convenience? Oathbreakers, all of you. Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. You take and you take and you take, and when you've had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our god drains the land of evil and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own land. You'll not ruin ours. said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something, please. 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 Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wake up! 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 Yeah, he is not friendly to you. Seven healths. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Alphana, leave him to me. We must away. Leaving Carbuncle behind? I mean, it is just a summoned creature, I know, but that seems mean. He's breathing and I don't see any injuries, but I can't seem to wake him up. Yeah, this is a shock. By the 12th, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. His anguish and despair have served to birth a primal just as surely as the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born from such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have one cause for optimism, it is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of a quantity intended for the summoning ritual. Meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of ether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Ogomoro, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops, and the cycle will continue. Serenia, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Cracks once more? Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Alizea and I will tend to Gabu. When you have finished with a primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We will be expecting you. And Titan Art. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Repeating the words of a little kobold of Gabu. said I'd come. I said I'd come. I'm here. I'm here. Wake up! Why? Why? Where are you? Where are you? Ah, there she is. Did I not tell you she would return safe and sound? The deed is done then? Titan is no more? Mm-hmm. Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He has been like this since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He's almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. Should that prove the case, he might be put to death like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes? You have a right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that yourselves followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. We can but wait, watch, wait, and pray. I know what happened. God help me, I was there. But the thought that we might have to... 7 hells, he's just a child. There's naught to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing Commander Blurdin of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind to break it to him? Ah, yes, sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. All settled then, is it? Glad to hear it. But not half as glad as my men will be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and there ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now I know you lot have places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan Spain. Right. That's what they called me once.
Who goes there?
Just me.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences, yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled grandfather's words to my father, years ago before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing.
Beautiful saying.
We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
Alfinod I last came to the Dravanian hinterlands.
We had no clear memories of our life in the hinterlands, having returned to the motherland as infants. Nevertheless, I am quite familiar with Master Matoya, as is every Charlayan. I should like to speak with her someday. 'Twould not surprise me if Alphino's recent maturation was at least somewhat due to her sage guidance. I would never tell him this, of course, but there have been moments when I've caught myself thinking of him as an elder brother. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say! It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Asians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw her out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
If someone didn't get it, the masked man was Oriange, who just proposed to kill me. Okay, but I think it's by far long enough. Next time we continue here. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.